Alright, welcome back. This is MDawg. So, by the way, I can get interrupted with work anytime, so, if it ends up being a shorter episode, you'll know why. We're 16 now, so I think we are going to just try to go to Kuori and struggle a bit, see how it goes. Which means we want to get 2 of these. What's the test difference? It's a little bit. It's a little bit of a difference. I mean, this one is definitely... So the fact that this one goes up to 13.1 load capacity, I'm trying to think if functionally, if that's actually better. If we end up saving up for a Saber 60, let's say, it gives us just a little bit of room to play with. You might end up going like a 12 kilo strength line and liter-ish, 11 something liter, just to try to get a little bit more power out of the Saber 60 potentially. I know we want one of these. I'm just trying to decide if we want the other one to be... I think I'll get one of each. Okay, so let's start getting stuff set up here. We definitely want to use that Lacerti and that one. I'm just wondering if, like, for now, can we get away with the mono line. I mean, it's got plenty of line on there, right? I feel like we probably can get away with it. I'm at least going to try it. One thing you'll notice is it drives me crazy. What do we have on here? 5.4? I mean, that just makes more sense. I don't know that that would affect bite rate. It's out of stock. We might try to run that down. But what I was going to say is it kind of drives me crazy to have to switch like line and stuff. Even switching reels between spinning and feeder rods. I mean, you get to a point where, when you're high enough level and you've earned enough silver and stuff, like, you just don't have to do that anymore. And that's a nice place to be at. So I did a little bit of like digging on some lures that might be working at Kuori. And one of the ones that I want to try is the Hornet 001. It's a lot of silver, but I just want to try it. Okay. Let's see if another classic leader at the 5-something range is in stock. You know, and actually we might want to change this. Because how heavy is this? Ooh, that's even lighter though, isn't it? 2 grams. See, this is at least 12 grams. You know, I might have gotten the wrong hornet. Let me check the weeklies again. What was I looking at? Maybe it was savans? I can't remember which fish I was looking at. Oh, it would have been on ultralight probably. So that's not the right hornet, right? Yeah, it's the 1001. Now, if we end up having to use that, that's not too bad. Okay, different store. So we might be able to take it back to the other one. We'll try that. Classic leader 5.4. There we go. So we actually want the ultralight one. The downside of these ultralight size spinner baits, of course, is going to be we're not going to be able to cast them very far. I'm wondering, though, since I put this on the line, if it's not going to let me return it. Oh, it is. Okay. So it's actually this one. A little cheaper anyway. Alright, so 2 grams versus 3 grams. I guess we will keep it like this. And we'll just see if we can cast them. Alright, so we're going to Kuori for the first time. Man, we've spent a lot of silver. But, you know, we were going to get these rods anyway, right? And so it's just a matter of if we can catch any fish using these Lacertes, if it's efficient enough, or if it just drives me crazy. If it's too slow or inefficient, then we'll have to yeah, let's just get a couple of these. We'll have to you know, stick with bream and other stuff for now. So we got the map. I kind of want to focus on trolling over here on this other side of the map. So normally when you see people trolling at Kuori, they're trolling somewhere, like a lot of times this ridge here, or around this island, or more recently with the changes, like here's been really good. But also over here can be pretty good. And so I kind of want to focus over there and see how things go for us. And let's see if we can get on some good fishing. I just haven't spent that much time at Kuori since the remake. So this will be fun. Interesting to see if we're catching any good fish. Now, obviously, the sooner we unlock spoons and wobblers, the better off we'll be. But we're going to try to make good with spinner baits for now. How close are we to spoons? Oh, not very far at all. So we kind of want to get just on the other side of this little island here. That's not too bad. Hopefully this one will do alright as well. Yeah, we can make that work. So when you're trolling, obviously always make sure you close the bail before you start trolling. And then you really just hit J to start the trolling engine. And I think we want to pretty much just go north. We just want to kind of go through here. When we get up to the top of C5, we'll probably turn around and come straight back down. Just see if we can get on any good fishing in this area here. I'm also curious if these ultralight spinners are going to work on regular setups. So in other words, these aren't ultralight rods and reels, but they're also don't have much strength, you know, so it feels like it's appropriate to use ultralight size spinner baits, but they may not work. We'll have to wait and see. And at this point, you know, even catching perch like this is okay, because it's going to level up our spin fishing the more fish we catch. And small stuff like this, I don't even stop the trolling motor. We're just going to keep going. All right, so far the little Palmar, this is one of the snowflakes, one of the Christmas spinners that you may remember we got when the Christmas fair was still active. So now we're going to pretty much just turn ourselves around here and start heading south. So one chance that we are taking is putting that 50 silver. All right, please don't be a pike, because it'd be weird if it happened right as I was talking about it. But one chance we're taking by putting that 50 silver spinnerbait on here is that this pike is going to bite right through this fluorocarbon leader we're using. Can't tell if we really have any grip on this fish or not. I don't think we do. He just swam right towards the shore and kind of stopped. We don't really want to... I tell you what, I'm going to stop the engine. In fact, I might even put the anchor down. Got to put the rod down to put the anchor down, but I think this fish will just hang out right here and get tired. We'll see. I could be wrong. I don't know if he'll leave this area. He might. If he does, we'll just have to start the trolling motor again, but he's just going to go hang out back in that stream. You could argue that this is perfect. See, there's just nowhere for him to go. I don't think he can leave the map. I don't think he can just keep going. It gets too shallow. He's just stuck right here, I believe. Which requires patience. It's a waiting game. So what will be interesting and what will kind of show us if this is worthwhile or not is how long does this fish fight go on for? How long does it take him to get tired? And once we get him in, like, what's it worth according to how long it took? He's swimming that back out towards us a little bit. He's not very deep because, I mean, if we had binoculars, I bet we could get a pretty good look at him. I saw him flash there for a second. And he is kind of swimming out towards us. Next time we're trolling, I kind of want to look and see what are the size of the fish right now being caught in here. Maybe on ultralight. I mean, just kind of see what's the sort of worst case scenario that we can run into. I mean, these are just much bigger, more aggressive predator fish, you know, than anything we've gone for up until this point. I mean, so obviously we do not have the gear for it. I really do want to save up and try those, at least one of those super casts. I've always heard good things about them. I've used them maybe once in the past, but not for trolling, for bottom fishing. I'm really curious how they would be able to handle Kuori. I mean, they're about half the cost of Saber 60, so, and you're not sacrificing much power. Actually, they look like pretty good value to me, but I need to try them myself. I can't tell what that is. It's got a little color to it, it looks like. I mean, once he gets tired, he's not so big that we won't be able to drag him in. We're going to be fine. We just got to wear him out. I guess really let him wear himself out is more accurate. You can see he's just stuck over there in the shallows, though. You want to keep it tight, if for no other reason, because I want him to feel the pressure pulling him this way, so he continues to stay stuck back in that corner for now. Is he tired or just playing with us? We're going to shred these Lacertes over time doing this, but that's all right. That's what they're for, to be used. And they're so cheap. Replacing them isn't too big a deal, and repairing them is, you know, pennies for the most part. He's thinking about just giving up, I think. He did come out a little bit, because you see he just like was able to dive down deeper a little bit. Oh, he's just barely pulling against us. Come on. Yeah. Look at that. All right. 4 kilo Arctic. So what we got to remember is that Arctic was 4 kilos. Guess what? He's pretty much just a baby. I mean, for where we are, obviously that is a beautiful fish. But take a look at, even if we go to ultralight, take a look at the Arctic. They were all at, actually, that may end up being a weekly. Alright, so let's just look at ultralight in general at Kuori. You know, imagine if that had been 12 kilos. Alright, so how big? Okay, Kuori char can get huge. Kuori whitefish would be awesome. Like, this is the perfect size fish for us to catch. And it might even be worth playing around with some of these soft baits. I don't know. Lake trout can get pretty nasty size-wise. Rainbow trout's what we want to catch, honestly. Because, you know, if we're catching like 2-3 kilo rainbow trout, that would be amazing. Savans would be nice too. There's just so many beautiful and exciting fish here. If we can get a good like strategy to get some of them, really would be a blast. I'm thinking about trying something besides that. All right, let's see what this is. Because really, so far we've mostly caught perch on this lure. All right, that is a lake trout. Okay, we'll keep going a little. Well, what else do we even have? Yeah, we could try the Aquila. Or we could put like one of these out there. Although if we're going to try one of those, I feel like we... All right, let's try one of these. If we're going to do that, though, we want to put it on this one. This one has the higher test. This rod's a little stronger. So let's try the Dragonfly Stream. And then over here, we'll put that Hornet back on. Oh, we might be fine here. For a second, I thought, oh crap, we're going to have to chase it. we're good. So that's just barely a marker size. So if it's just barely a marker size, we can pretty much just pull it in. Alright, first fish on the dragonfly. Just a little bit bigger spinnerbait. We've only caught 2 marker size fish. Again, we don't really care though. We're trying to level up spin fishing as fast as we can. The active bite rate is what we want. Alright, now we can fish with a spoon. I don't even know if I want to use a spoon yet. I guess we could look at the list and see if there's any cheap spoons that show up on the list. We don't necessarily need to go spending a ton of silver on like hunter spoons and that kind of stuff. Alright, this is on the dragonfly. This is exciting. What's this going to be? And can we chase it into that same spot? I think that's going to always be our goal. Can we chase it into that spot where it just wears itself out? But if anybody's tried using those wacky lures here at Kuori, let me know how it's gone. And have you tried trolling them? Does that even work? Or are people mostly casting with those wacky rigs? This isn't too big. I think we're going to pull this in. Maybe not. So we want to sort of chase it north if we can. It's going to be hard. We're so far away from that spot. In a minute here, we might have to turn the trolling motor off and let it run a little bit. It actually feels like it's not quite as tired as I hoped it was. And I think we're going to overrun it. We definitely want to keep it to our left, though. Alright, I'm going to cut the engine off for a minute. Alright, we'll start trolling a little bit again. Yeah, it's just not swimming very fast. I'm not sure we're chasing it all the way down to that southern part, that northern part again. Maybe we will eventually get there. It's up here. We're heading in the right direction, right? Cut the trolling motor off. If it wants to run, let it run a bit. He's not going to the right of me. You know, we kind of stumbled into it that first time, but I mean, what a great spot if you're new to Kuori and have undersized gear. If you can get the fish to go to that spot, you are safe. He's acting like he wants to go over there too. He may go past it, so this gets a little trickier if we can't get him to shoot down that stream. See if we can force the issue here. I think he's going to do it. Can't believe we've gotten 2 fish to go down here. Yikes. Alright, I'm turning the engine off. We're going to have a good look at it. Is that a Kuori? I think that's a Kuori char. Oh, no, it's not. It's another Arctic. I think he's going to swim right past us, isn't he? He escaped. I think I'm too close, maybe. I think it's another Arctic char, isn't it? Alright, we'll just chase this one. So we got too close. I think if we had stayed back a little bit, we could have kept him in there. So if we can get in front of him over here, we'll try to keep him on this side of Kuori Lake. We definitely don't want him getting over into the big side of the lake if we can help it. Alright, we need to find an active bream or rough spot here at Kuori, so that next time we'll have something to fish for at night. That's not big enough area. He's not going to stay in there. All right. That's the thing about doing this with undersized gear. It is a little exhausting. Is it fun? Yes. Is it a good change of pace? Yes. We're not making any silver right now, though. We're just wearing ourselves out for very little silver. Oh my goodness. It's going to jump off here if we're not careful. It's just too long. You know, you want to catch like 4 kilo Arctic char. You want to get those in the boat in a matter of seconds to be efficient at Kuori. So again, it's a fun change of pace. It's cool. You know, we're going to end up using these rods when we do more trolling here. I'm excited because there's new species at Kuori now. So there's a lot more interesting, like, diversity of things to catch while you're trolling, but we need to have twice as much power in our reel, or almost twice, to be able to be efficient. If we're chasing a fish around for this long, we need it to be at least like a 7-8 kilo, not a 4. I mean, this long, we probably want it to be like a 10. Because we've been on this fish for a while. I think we're getting close now. Here he comes. I would guess this one's 5.5 kilos, something like that. It's a little bigger than the last one, right? I think it's another Arctic though, isn't it? No, this one's a lake trout, my bad. He looks a little bigger, to be fair. What's up, lake trout? Yeah, it's a lot bigger. That's a good one. That is a good one. I cannot see at all. All right, so yeah, let's do the little comparison here. So at Kuori, especially with the predator fish that we're going after, I don't think we still have the benefit of, like, you know, cafe orders for fish that are smaller than marker size, so that's a little different. Now this is a really good lake trout order, and if we were gonna be, you know, doing another day of trolling, it would be worth, you know, going for that. 81 silver, 4 of them, that small range. You know, it's hard to guarantee catching the smaller ones though. I mean, we could pull in those 1.6s pretty easy. Forgetting where the fish market is here. By the way, the dairy store, so this is the only place you can buy the cottage cheese that you need to make cottage cheese. All right. So only 22 silver for that fish that took us, you know, what, 10 minutes or so to get in? And only 18 silver for the fish that took us like almost 20 minutes to get in. So the silver is terrible. I mean, that's what I'm talking about. Lack of efficiency because we don't have enough strength in our gear. So lesson learned. I mean, it's fun and it is a good change of pace. And I might do it again every once in a while. But the main goal, I think, right now should be to save up for better equipment for doing this. I mean, we more than paid for the travel cost. So you feel pretty good about that. We did just sell our most expensive fish ever. But with how good we've been doing lately on, you know, with bream fishing, cafe fishing, there's just no comparison, right? So this is good and this is fun, but I would recommend you wait and come and troll at Kuori after you have like 9 kilo reels or above. I think that's what I would recommend. You could do it, I guess, with 7.5 and not be in as much misery as we are with 5.5, but I still think it's inefficient. All right, thanks for watching. Tight lines, everybody, and we'll gather our wits about us. We've already got the spinning rods now, so we can mark that off the list. All we're really saving for now are the reels. So we'll figure that out. Until next time, tight lines.